Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys my first impressions and recap on the One Punch Man Season 2 or second season on Episode 1. This episode right here looks really simple, so don't be surprised if I recap it and it becomes very short, and hopefully my impressions on it will be like a little bit longer. So if anything else, let's go. We had to it that there's this one guy who apparently looks intimidating, and he calls himself the King. And we get to see Saitama and Genos is walking around the resident area buying some stuff, and we see to it, of course, like for King, he scares off one guy who looks like a freaking monster chameleon kind of thing, and we later on get to know the real truth of him. And eventually this ends up showing up to that point where like he ends up facing a robot which is very dangerous. Even Genos and Saitama ends up deciding to figure out, oh, look at this guy, you know, this guy's super strong. He's actually one of the top ranked S heroes in the organization. Even Genos tells this to Saitama, which is his mentor, and we see to it, of course, that the robot challenges the S hero King to a fight. And of course the guy goes like, okay, give me a bathroom break, you know? So he goes to the bathroom and he's freaking out. And we get to know that this guy is only S rank and he's only lucky or unlucky in situations where someone else beats the monster while he is just there and people think, oh, this guy defeated and killed the monster. Yay, thank you so much kind of thing. So, yeah. This guy's 29 years old, an otaku, unemployed, etc. So pretty much you can say that this guy is like those people who just otakus, which is later on revealed in this episode. So pretty much he was only lucky or unlucky to the point where like he was in part of a fight of a monster and he didn't do it, but people think he did it, and you know he got to S rank certificate and he's all famous, happy-go-lucky. But of course, Genos himself decides to take on the robot monster, and of course he did struggle for a bit because of how powerful his platinum, his metal is, and eventually as the episode continues on, when Genos fights the robot, of course that robot was only wearing a high-tech powerful armor. What he was a tiny little robot who could shoot out fatal laser beams, which Genos ends up using water to dose it out or something, and he was able to defeat it. As for Saitama, he gets to know the truth about King, you know, after talking with him, what's up, what's going on. And we see to it, of course, after Saitama takes out a freaking bird, you know, that giant bird that went after King. We see to it that Saitama does defeat it, of course, although it was simply off screen. And we see to it that King confesses to Saitama about how he's just a big liar or something. And Saitama goes like, well, you are the strongest man or strongest hero in this earth right now. Don't you want to get stronger? And he gives some advice to like to King that instead of just being a liar every now and then and people looking up to you, why don't you just get strong, you know? And he said he's gonna play some video games with him once in a while. And we go back to a scene where Genos ends up asking the doctor to put the parts that he defeated the robot, that he fought the robot with, into him, you know? Of course, the doctor does warn Genos to be careful with his rashness, you know? Your youth could lead you down a spiral of death if you're not careful. And he ends up talking about a robot that destroyed Genos' hometown. And of course, Genos is still hell-bent on going after that thing because of what that thing did to him, you know? Of course, the doctor does tell Genos, if you see that robot that destroyed your hometown, contact me immediately. Don't go being stupid and facing it head on by yourself, alright? Etc. Of course, Genos knows that, and of course, one of his goals is to be one of the top S-rank heroes, which he's not there yet, like top 10 whatsoever, and try to get there and get onto that, destroying that giant robot. And we see to it that back at Hero headquarters, we see that there's a bunch of criminals, thugs, or fugitives that causes trouble for society are gathered there. Like, a lot of them. Because apparently there's some kind of prophecy that's going to happen in about 6 months or half a year that we all need to work together on this to prevent this from happening, you know? Of course, like, they disagree, and there was some guy named Sonic Leap that he's looking for Saitama, and of course, like, they actually know about this after like Sonic Leap, that guy who's after Saitama, has the papers and throws it in the air, and he plans to go after Saitama. He doesn't care about this prophecy whatsoever, and we see to it that we get to know another character named Fubuki, who apparently is the #1 Class B hero, is also looking for Saitama, because this man was ranked C, but in all of his physical tests, he is the highest of everyone else, and somehow in one incident he was able to get from rank C all the way to rank 33 to B. They're trying to aside from Sonic Leap, who's looking for Saitama, the hero known as Fubuki, rank 1, who's known to be Hellish Blizzard or something, is also looking for him because of what he did. He rose from Class B to Class C to Class B in a matter of one incident whatsoever. Of course, Sonic Leap wants to go after Saitama because he suffered some kind of twice humiliation or twice embarrassing Speedo Sonic whatsoever. And then there's a scene where the episode ends off with Saitama playing video games with King, and he goes hey man, stop freaking stealing all this items whatsoever. And King's you snooze, you lose. You got it? I think in my mind, my gosh, Saitama and King, that's just freaking funny as hell. Of course, this 29-year-old otaku is blah blah blah. And then Saitama accidentally breaks the remote, and then the ending credits plays, and I think that's the opening song, and then there's some nice things and blah blah blah. And preview of next episode is called Human Monster, I believe. Yeah, Human Monster, and it has Genos' face on it. So yeah, pretty simple episode. Nothing much I can really give out, honestly. Just Saitama, Genos ends up going around shopping, and we see King, who's a rank S hero, one of the top heroes, but apparently he just took all of it as a lie and took all the credit, and he was just lucky through some cases here and there, So this guy named King, this rank S hero, he's a fake, honestly. 29-year-old otaku, unemployed, loser kind of thing, if you want to say it yourself. And Saitama knows the truth, but tells him to get stronger, while Genos defeats the robot that was supposed to be King's opponent. Yeah, Genos defeats the robot that was supposed to be King's opponent, and then a bunch of fugitives and criminals arrive at the hero base and trying to the chairman of that organization tries to get these people to work together with him because there's some kind of big prophecy of happening half a year later. But yeah, if you guys are manga readers, or if you watch the anime up to this point, you'll get the idea. But that's about it. And of course, Saitama playing video games with King. Kind of funny. And of course, Fubuki and Sonic Leap are looking for Saitama because his enormous strength. Well, Sonic Leap got embarrassed or humiliated by Saitama, while Fubuki wants to go after Saitama because somehow he rose from rank C to rank B in just one incident because of his physical abilities. But they're about to find out what he's capable of. Hopefully. Yeah. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, right? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-oo! Oh yeah, speaking of which, I should really give out my first impressions. Well, not too bad of a first episode. I mean, I think it's okay in terms of detailed art and maybe certain animation here and there. I think it went alright. I mean, it's not really on par with season 1, honestly. I mean, let's all be real. Season 1 of One Punch Man had its crazy animation and art detail all the way compared to what was shown in the first episode. Guess we'll have to find out, see how it goes. From what I heard, it's because of production issues and maybe some other stuff involving this series just was dumped on JC staff right away. Is what maybe that's why the animation and art quality may not be as good. But I think the art quality and animation looks alright. I mean, I can't really judge much about it, but yeah. Anyways, voice actors that have made their debut, of course, Sonic Leap, Yuki Kaiji, the guy who voiced Issei from DxD, and Nanatsu no Taizai Meliodas, and Sayori Hayami, who voices Fubuki, you know, nice to hear her. She's the one that voices like freaking like Owari no Sao Shinua and many others. And yeah, you guys get the point. So until then, I will see you guys later. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot.